Hey guys, Cotton Grammar here, Assimilation Light. We're getting ready to start out. Great night lined up. Our guests, Joe Marfolio and Gregory Ortiz. What's up, Joe? You ready to roll tonight?
Yeah, man, I'm ready to go. Hold on a second. I'm ready to go. I'm here in my office, ready to rock and roll, man.
You just flashed everyone in cyberspace. I hope you're happy.
That's it, man. Did the flash.
That's right. Gregory Ortiz, what's up, man? I'd like to know that you are literally a subway ride away from slapping Joe Marfolio. How's it going?
Oh, hold on a second. What's up, Joe? You're not the only one who can flash.
Wow, look at this. I'm not doing no flashing, guys. We're like keeping it under control here. So, guys, we got a great webinar for you. We were just talking about it. We were chatting before we started the recording, and we noticed. I want to go in here to the group here, and guys, what a great day, man. We have Bob Marks here. It's good to see people putting income reports, making money. Guys, what I'd like for you to do right here is we like to encourage all of our OMG members. Bob had a pretty incredible day. He had a $31,000 paycheck come right here. And you know what? Let's just give him hashtag 31K, guys. I want to congratulate him. He's off to a great start. You know, we have not had someone just kind of bust out this quick in a while since, in a couple years. So, we're going to encourage him and hope that he does good. But this is what we like to see. Income reports, checks, PayPal, bank accounts. That's the real stuff. Anything else, I just shake my head at. So I want to see real money. And Bob produced the real money right there. So congratulations, Bob, on your super successful day doing client consulting, and greatly in supporting you, and hope to see you at 100K a month really soon. And it's not that hard once you get it done right. But what we're going to do tonight, guys, is tonight's a very important webinar. We're going to be going over SEO tools and basically what they can do for you, how you can use them for multiple different things. And guys, I know a lot of you had said, hey, we want you to go over OMG Command Center. But guys, OMG Command Center is absolutely useless to you if you can't read these tools individually. So once you learn how to read these tools individually, OMG Command Center makes a whole lot more sense to you and is a whole lot more maneuverable and something that you can do that's affordable than buying all these individually. So we're going to go over each important kind of tool that I use to analyze sites, and I use to look for power, that I use to look for penalties, traffic, all that sort of stuff. We're going to go over that. That's going to be our lesson tonight. And I think it's going to open up you guys' eyes quite a bit, get you on the right pace. And what you're going to be able to do is take away this information tonight. You're going to have a better idea how to hunt for PBNs. You're going to know how to analyze a client's website. You're going to be able to analyze your own website. There's going to be a lot of things you're going to be able to do tonight after this webinar that you were unable to do before if you're just starting out. So that's going to be pretty exciting for you. What we want to start out with tonight, guys, is we're going to do some hot seats. We're going to do some live questions and answers, and we're just going to jump right into the questions. So let me go ahead and hit this up right here and see what we got. It says, I'm looking for a hosting company for my money site. They have a shared private SSL. Does it matter which I use? And, I wish I could tell you that I knew a lot about SSLs. I don't share SSLs with anyone on my sites. So, Joe, it doesn't sound like that'd be a good thing to do, but I'm just speculating. Gregory, Joe, any of you guys have a little bit more information on shared SSLs?
I don't really do any shared SSL, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
I've done them on Namecheap, just because Namecheap offers it extremely cheap. I've been testing it out more than anything. I don't have definitive results yet. I just did it after Google had announced that brand new sites would get a slight boost if they had SSL. So for newer money sites or newer PBNs that I'm testing out, I've been adding it through Namecheap. Haven't really seen anything good or bad happen.
Right.
So once I have more details, I can let everyone know. But as of now, that's the only shared SSL certificates I've used are from Namecheap.
Yeah, I don't use shared. I use private. And for you new guys right now, I wouldn't worry about that. The juice ain't worth the squeeze on moving that stuff over at the moment. just isn't, especially the learning curve. If you're just starting out, don't worry about it. If you're really proficient in web design and it's an easy lift for you, then you can do something like that. But I don't want you guys panicking, thinking that it's the end all be all, or it's going to rank your site number one in a day, or it's going to really jump you up 4 or 5 pages. It's just not. So it's just something that's, that can't hurt, and it certainly is not going to destroy your website if you don't have it. I don't have it on any of my sites that are ranking very well, just to let you know. So I don't want anyone to panic on that. It says here, Cotton Grammar, I can never find this group. Well, it's pretty simple. It's right up here. Groups, project assimilation. Or, I can put it in here and throw it in the group, and perhaps maybe you were never added. Maybe that's it. So I'm going to send it. If you're not added, then you're going to have to message me on my other account, not the account that I'm posting on or doing anything right here. On the other account, I'll have to look up stuff and go from there. People are asking about the Vegas. Guys, Vegas is April 1st. It's a long ways off. And I will post something within the next week with all the information that everyone needs. We're still 2 months away. We're still 2 months away from Assimilation Las Vegas. So there'll be more information about that. Cotton asked me to post this pricing question. Would appreciate thoughts. Been approached by a startup. They have paid. First of all, I don't do startups. But if you're, and I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you what you can do. Guys, startups are generally people that are panicky. They want things done right now. I want you to think about it. You're in a startup right now. You're like starting up your own web business right now, your own digital agency. You want things immediately. You want things to move quickly. You're not patient. If someone told you this right now, hey, guess what? Stick with the training and you could make, $10,000 a month 6 months from now. That doesn't mean anything to you right now. You want to make money right now, and as well as you should. And that's how these startups mentalities are. So, but when you're just starting out, you got to take whatever money you can get and just kind of cut your teeth on it. You get paid to learn. It says a great niche product in the smoking thing. It says, and want to pay me monthly a percentage of the revenue. Monthly plus a percentage of the revenue. While it will take some time to rank them, any ideas for structure, money plus that? Has anyone done this in the past? Yeah, they want to give you a percentage of the revenue. You got to be real careful also. I've had a lot of these affiliates. I'm well known in the SEO community. They'll reach out to me and say, hey, we rank my affiliate site and we'll split it. It's like, then why do I need you? Here's what you need to ask yourself. With the startup, ask yourself this. If you think that you can get them ranked and they're going to be making a lot of money and it's a startup and you're starting it from there, why do you even need them? For what? Just do it yourself and make the money. And instead of getting a percentage. If you're hurting for money and this is one of your first deals, I always tell you, get whatever you can in the beginning. I'd be more worried about the monthly than I would be the percentage. I would just price it out as a regular SEO deal. And then I would ask for 5, 8, 10%, something like that. Seems like a fair part of the revenue. And then just go from there. It's my advice. Joe, Gregory, do you guys have anything to add to that?
No, I think you summed it up pretty good, at least as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think you covered that one pretty good.
Yeah. Just when you get experience, Gregory and Joe, I let you know you guys reach out to you and said, hey, you want to partner up on this affiliate site? It's like, can you rank it for me? I'm like, well, why do I need you then? It's like,
I don't do a lot of partnerships, especially with local business. It is like if you're doing a partnership, it has to be that the other person has got really something that you don't have to really make it worthwhile.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah. I only have one partnership that's ongoing right now, and the only reason it's ongoing is because I'm good at ranking. This person is extremely good at keyword research for affiliate products, which I know is one of my weaknesses. So I leverage their strength with my weakness. But beyond that, no, I wouldn't do any other kind of partnerships or anything else like that. Because just like you said, I can do it all myself.
Good. Well, of course you can. Pushing buttons and look at numbers is not that hard for keyword research. You should let me do it, and I'll just let you rank it, and I'll make the money. So tell your partner goodbye, Ortiz. So here we go. Michael, I want to make sure, hopefully that answers your question well. So we will move on to the next one. How do you plan for the time that a client is no longer your client? Do you disable the PBN sites even list? No. Guys, look, here's another thing that we always get into is that I don't ever engage into that when a client, my job is to get a client ranked and to turn them into my employee. You guys really need to watch my velvet rope stuff. You really need to watch everything. If you're doing clients, you're irresponsible for not watching those videos already. So all of those questions are already answered in the training. My job is to get people ranked and to turn them into my employees. So they can then go out and sell for me and bring me in referrals. So my job is absolutely not to delete their links on my PBN. I want to keep them happy. Then if there's any drop in what goes on, then they need me again. And then I spin them again for more referrals. So hopefully that makes sense. Next one. Can you put in actual page link here? I just did. Just did a while ago. Hard to hashtag when you're eating. Then we already went over that. Guys, there's some of the things that we're just not going to answer. It just doesn't, like you asking me workflow questions. You need to design your own workflow with 2 or 3 clients. My workflow, I'm never going to reveal at 123 clients right now. It's just, it's nothing that can be discussed in a beginner webinar. It would be irrelevant. It's like asking a marathon runner, what's he do from mile 15 to 26 when you haven't ran a mile yet. Guys, guys, listen, for those of you that are in Project B, you're never getting in Project Assimilation. So you're just going to have to sit back and not use a Facebook group. Sorry. I see a lot of familiar faces here that I'd know that you guys are in Project Breakthrough. So you're lucky that you're on the webinar. So David was gracious enough to allow you guys to be on here. So you're not going to be on you guys are not going to get added to the Project Assimilation group. Let's see here. All right, here we go. What's the purpose of a no follow, no index for money sites as well as PBNs, and what does for pages? Joe or Gregory, you want to go over that? People want to know what is no follow, index, no index. Why do it for money and why do it for PBNs?
Yeah, so pretty much if you want to no index a page, you're telling Google in your robots file that you do not want them to add this page or post, whatever it may be, into their index. So one of the reasons you might want to do this is if you have an About Us page and you're using the same text, you use a bunch of cross of other pages. That way you don't worry about a duplicate content warning. You'll make those you'll make them no index. So that way they're not in the index and you don't get a duplicate content penalty. Now for follow and no follow, if a link is a do follow, what that means is it's going to pass off all the link juice to the site it's linking to. If it's a no follow, that means it's still a backlink going to it, but it's not going to pass the juice, if that makes sense. And Joe, if you want to jump in and kind of clarify anything I said.
No, I mean that makes sense. I think if you no indexing that, or even if you have a privacy policy or terms of service or something, you can no follow and no index those also.
Yeah. Good. We'll go over a little bit more of that on our training a little bit later. I think you guys did a very good job of explaining what it is. The next question is, do we have to pay for Dynamic Website Builder and Genesis Framework to be able to use Director's Cut, Skin Theme, and Members Area? If I'm not mistaken, I saw there a special for OMG members, but I might be wrong. I apologize. It's an improper question to ask. I don't know anything about web design. You guys know?
Well, I know what he's asking. He's asking about the Director's Cut skin, and you do have to buy Genesis and Dynamic. So my suggestion is if you want to build a site, you can use that skin, or you go to something like Theme Forest, where there's tons of themes you can buy. that are cheap, like 20, 30 bucks. And they're easier to even put together than that director's cut skin.
Right. Guys, for those of you that are asking questions that are kind of curiosity questions, we're going to skip those, like how does Gregory manage 2,000 PBNs? Think better questions is how can I handle 10 PBNs? When you need to know how to handle that, we can get to stuff like that. But right now, this is SEO 101. How to handle 2,000 PBNs is advanced SEO. So we're going to stick with 101 stuff here tonight. So keep your questions on a 101 level. It says, working with an upcoming gym in the area, got my second client meeting and would like to get a deal with this one. They have a need for SEO. I found out from Greg's office hours this morning they were over optimized, but they also really want to build a smartphone app. But I suggested a member site and consulting on getting info product out there. They love it. The question is, how can I price this? Don't know, because you're getting into areas that I teach on client SEO that I don't do, which is, for one thing, you're like already suggesting membership sites. You're talking about apps, other stuff. I don't do stuff like that. And you're going to go bananas. I know that you're trying to impress these people, like you're a big guy on the block, but all they need is SEO, and that's where the real money's at. Once you start talking about that, you know how to do a smartphone app. Maybe you do. I don't. And then you're going to start doing membership sites and promises of money and like everything. You guys really need to watch the client videos once again. I don't teach that sort of stuff, and I don't encourage you to do it either. Because once you do that, then what's going to happen is you're going to be spending time worried about a mobile app that's not going to make you as much money as just selling SEO. Guys, I'll let you handle this question. Maybe you can deal with it a little bit better than me, but seems like that's covered in the training, but maybe you can handle it in a milder way than I am. No one? You guys alive? You guys are gonna leave me hanging like that, or your mics went
Dude,
out.
sorry, I was talking and it was totally muted. I had my mic muted.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I'm talking here, and I'm muted. So, no, I mean, the way you answered it was pretty good. I don't know. I don't have much to add to it.
I just can't price anything that I don't do. I don't want to be. There's so many people in internet marketing that are frauds that'll just give you a speculatory answer. I don't do mobile apps and I don't do membership sites. So I can't price out what that would be. I don't do web design, which is a membership site, and I don't do mobile apps. So I don't know what they're priced. I do SEO. So that's outside the realm of things that we teach. So I don't know how to answer your question.
And it's hard to price stuff too unless you have all the information.
Right.
Some people say, hey, you just charge this and that. But without all the information, you don't know your cost and everything else. So pricing is the hardest thing to just say, hey, you should be charging this much. There's a lot of variables involved.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with Joe completely, especially even when it comes to something like mobile apps. Like once upon a time, I had a mobile app created, and I got quotes from different programmers where, one person might say 19,000, another person might say 30, because it depends on the specs. You can't just say, oh, I want to do X, how much is it going to cost? There's a lot of details that someone needs to know to even price that. And just as Cotton said, none of us really do that. So
yeah. Wish I could be of more help to you, man, but you're swimming in waters that OMG doesn't teach. So, so good luck. Hope you get it. Next question is, what's a good monthly price to charge if you're just starting out? I hear 500 to 1K per month for beginners, but then Bob Marks posts 31,000. Guys, here's the thing. If I was you, I would literally, unless you have a funeral of a dear loved family member or you have heart surgery on a Wednesday evening, I would be on a simulation webinar on Wednesday where we go over the 7 commandments of client SEO. We're going to go over all of that sort of stuff. And I'm going to help you out with this question right here. There is no such thing. You can do whatever you want to initially get your first deal just to cut your teeth. But by no means is that what you should be charging for SEO? Remember, $500 a week is $125 a week. There are 16-year-old children that are working a drive-through that are spanking you, and they're out earning you, and still have a nice, cozy, warm bed to sleep in and playing PlayStation after work. If that's what you want to brand yourself as being a professional, that you are worth McDonald's fry cook, then go for it. So remember what I told you. So ultimately, you have to price yourself outside of a full-time fast food person, or you cannot be taken seriously. That's just me. So please, for the love of Jesus, do not do deals for $500. Unless it's your dad or just someone. I mean, it's $125 a week. Guys, does that make sense? I mean, you don't want to, you want to price yourself higher than literally an Arby's cashier. I mean, please. I just want to make sure that like you guys give me a hashtag make like sense if that's what it is. So just take it down and then just do that, because I'm telling you guys right now, even you guys as rookies, with the information that you've got, there's no better way to learn than to do it while you're getting paid to do so. So I promise you that if you get a client at $2,000, you'll find out, or you'll bug the crap out of me, Joe, Greg, Steven, or someone to find out how to get this client serviced. Or then you'll also have the money in your pocket to go out and to get a nice little PBN network set up to do some other stuff. So you will be definitely always work. And I'm going to give you a little preview of like what we're going to talk about on Wednesday, but always work outside your comfort zone. Now, and I'll give a little brief 30-second story, and then we're going to move on. I was approached by a national company that is well known that wanted to go after a keyword that was insane. Literally, I was going to have to go after Yahoo, Fox, Disney, all these other people to get them inside the top 5. Well, ultimately, I'm a pretty good SEO, but you sit there and you start questioning yourself. You're like, man, am I going to really be able to do this? What happens if I don't? Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you what happens if I turn it down is that I'm a weak, feeble little man that doesn't want to be successful. Guys, the only way to get great is to push your abilities outside of what you think you can do. Then you'll be amazed at what you can do. Since then, and I just want to share it with you, this is a client that pays me $55,000 a month. $55,000 a month. When I first took it, I was pretty frightened. But now what it's done is it's got me outside of my little comfort zone of like dealing with these mom and pop shops to where now I just don't think that there's anything that I can't handle. So guys, what I'm trying to tell you is don't be afraid to take deals. Don't be afraid that they're outside of your scope of knowledge or outside your scope of talent. Take it. Take a shot at it, man. If someone tells you, hey, look, we want to put you in Star Wars, in the next Star Wars movie as the lead. Oh, what are you going to say? Oh, I think odds suck. I don't want it. What? Take it. Take a chance. What do you got to lose? It's the experience. You're getting paid for it. So don't ever be scared to like take a deal. Don't ever be scared to get outside of what your ability is. That's what makes you grow. Doing deals, working for things that are outside your scope of knowledge is what pushes you and kind of expands you and even makes you better than what you are. And I've grown tremendously for taking these guys in ways that I would never have grown if I wouldn't have. It's enabled me to make things easier all the way across the board. So Gregory and Joe, do you agree with that advice, or do you have anything to add to it?
Yeah, I agree too. I think going outside your comfort zone, is really important because, that's the only way you're going to get to the next level. And, sometimes, I've done stuff where I didn't know what the outcome was going to be, but I knew, I knew that I was going to work hard enough, and then inside OMG, it's like you have so many people to back you up that that you can do it. And the people that take stuff on, even if you don't want to get too crazy, but when you go out of that comfort zone and you do things you normally wouldn't, that's where you start making big money. If you do what you do all the time, you're going to make what you make all the time. But when you move out of that, that's when you start making more and more money, and you start changing your life.
Sure. Gregory?
Yeah, just as Joe said, it's everyone I know that's really successful has gone way out of their comfort zone, and that's pretty much when you think about it, like logically there has to be a reason why some people are more successful than others. If everyone took the quote-unquote easy route, not getting out of their comfort zone, then everyone would be equally successful, but that's not the case. So people who go out their comfort zone way more, they take bigger risks, but the rewards are much bigger. And at the same time, all the risks don't have to be big either. Just stepping outside your comfort zone, even just a little bit, you'd be amazed at what you can accomplish.
One of the things is, guys, is that also, when you take deals that are way outside of your realm of knowledge, it really, there's no way that you're not going to be able to do it. There's other people out there that don't have the knowledge of OMG. I promise you when I say this, that there's more information about search engine optimization inside of OMG than any other place on the planet. There just is. I look around at other SEO groups and I feel sorry for them. They're like guys that are trying to scrape by. They and they're just mediocre SEOs. It's proven by wherever we go. We go in and we dominate people, and I forget that sometimes, So guys, trust me when I say this. You have the knowledge inside of OMG right now. Even if you've never got there, you're still going to be better than a top 10 SEO agency that they reach out to. And I know that's hard to believe, but we prove it every day by OMGers going in and spanking, everything. It's and OMGer almost holds down almost 70% of all major cities in the United States for city SEO. So, it just goes to prove that you're in the right place and have the right information. Just don't be scared to take a chance. So we've covered that. We'll go to the next question. Guys, we're going to do a lot more in depth with that on Wednesday. We're going to get down and dirty about clients and other stuff. Let's see here. Hey guys, I'm talking to a potential client who is interested in SEOs for his current web shop. He has 2 sites, an info site and a web shop. I'm still going through the initial training, but I wanted to know, get any tips for me? Well, I think we just gave you some just a while ago. We can go to the next question. Cotton, I have a meetup in a few days with 30 people showing up. I'm a little unsure how to go about selling. Should I be a little patient and try not to sell anything on the first meetup, or should I sell and splitting off? You know what? I'm happy you asked that question. And there's some OMGers that are in the other group that literally kind of make me scratch my head. We have people that are not successful wanting to get with other people that are not successful and have a mastermind, which really gets everyone not as smart as they was before. Guys, I talk about this all the time. To get better, you have to be around someone that has a higher level, has a higher lid than you. So, for instance, if you're around a bunch of people that their skill level is a 3 out of a 10, you're never going to get to a 4. You're just never going to get to a 4. If you got someone in the group that's a 7 and he's willing to share everything with you, as high as you can get is a 6. So starting all these masterminds and all this other stuff is crazy. But guys, it's pretty simple. When you do these meetups, it's simple. And I'm not going to say this, and I'm going to move on to the next question. You have 130 hours worth of assimilation webinars. You can't pull anything out of that to use, to show them. And second of all, I never sell on the first time. I give value. Value. Something baby, something that's simple that they can take away with, and they can get value to get them to come back again. Because when you get value, then they're going to come to you and say, what more can you do? You try to sell them up front. I just don't believe in that. That's not what I do in meetups. So that's my advice to you. Guys, does that make sense on what you can do for meetups and stuff about how to cover content? Give me hashtag content, if that makes sense, how you can come up with your content. I want to see. You got to have, I mean, if you guys don't get it, give me hashtag don't get it. But guys, my God, you've got hours and hours of hot seat, assimilation, content, other stuff. And you need to, blows my mind that people want to talk about what do they share. Now, I understand should you sell or not sell. It's a very good question. The answer is no. Don't sell on the first one. Wait till the second. Or what I would do, guys, is this. I'm going to give you a very valuable thing here. I don't even know if I should. This is almost too valuable. Let's see. How about this? Here we go. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. Guys, when you do a meetup, the very first thing that you should do is to make sure that you pass around an iPad that captures everyone's emails. You really want to do that. And that's all I'm going to say. I have better ways of doing it. I have better ways of getting it done. But if you're doing a meetup and you got 30 people showing up, make damn sure that you bring an iPad or you make people sign in to an opt-in form to where they're on your list. Give me hashtag makes sense if that makes sense to you. Because you want to follow up with these people and you want to hit them hard afterwards with that. So does that make sense, guys? Make sure. That's my only advice to you. So you don't have to sell them right away, but you can definitely, the webinar that we did last week about advanced mobile pages, AMP pages. Now, let's say that you had that meetup that is got 30 people right there. And let's say you teach them about how important social profiles around your site is, how they can go out and they can build these social profiles around their site for $5. Say, hey, look, here's how powerful it is. Here's how important it is to brand yourself. So you could teach about branding. Now, you went through before you'd done that and got everyone's email address. Now, a few days later, you just get up hot off of an assimilation webinar. We just talk about mobile accelerated pages, what's coming up. Now, what you do is, or even mobile friendly pages. So you can definitely get an email together and say, hey, guys, fantastic meeting. I appreciate all of you showing up. Wanted to share two things with you that are coming up with Google so you can keep on the radar. One is your website mobile friendly? And here's how you can check to see if it is. Give them the address about how they can check to see if it's mobile friendly. And you know what I'll do is I will go ahead and I'll put this right up here. Here it is right here. It's mobile friendly, Google mobile friendly. I'll give it to you guys right here. And boom. And I'm going to give it to you guys right here. They can check to see if it's mobile friendly. And then you can sit there and then you can tell them. And we have something that's really coming up that Google's looking very, very closely at and looking to implement in the next couple months. And we want you ready so you can take advantage of it and give them a little brief write-up about, those AMP pages. So think about that if you sent that email out. You say, if you want more information, get back with me. Now what happens is you got everyone going, oh, crap. My light page is not mobile, it's mobiles. What are these, accelerated mobile pages? What is he talking about? And send them an article from, search engine land that it's already in the news or clip it from something. Now, you don't think that you can start agitating people. Trust me, guys, pain and agitation sells, especially if someone thinks that they need to do something that's preventative. Hey, guys, hurricane's coming. Better go out and buy your water and kind of put wood paneling on your windows so they don't crash on this other stuff. When you tell people, when you warn them, they generally are proactive. Some people will care, some won't, but you can keep hitting them with valuable information. You don't sell them, you hit them with valuable information. Ultimately, you're going to convert a whole lot of these people. So that's how you kind of work a room with meetups, more so than you do trying to close them all at once. So hopefully that helps you guys when you're doing your meetup. So guys, if that was helpful to you, give me hashtag meetup. I want to make sure that you guys are understanding. Keep it light. Remember, you're an SEO expert. We've already, you could literally go through, the beginner webinar that we just did. You've got 3 of them. Remember, they're going to be at that level too. A lot of people, as long as you can give them one piece of solid information that they can walk away with, they go, man, and you can tell them, just go, guys, I'm not going to get heavy with you tonight. I'm going to give you some value. I'm going to show you some things that can really get your website fired up right now. And we're going to spend a few moments going over it. And then I'd just like to spend the rest of the time getting to know you, getting to know about your business, and us getting to know each other because, that's what's important. But get that email. So you give a light little lesson, just hang out with these people, get to know them a little bit better, find out about their families and other stuff, create a relationship with them, get that email, and then start giving them value in the emails. Before you know it, I guarantee you'll close 4, 5, 6 out of 30. And when you look at it like that, 1 meetup, 5 people, $3,000 piece, that's $15,000 a month meeting, which is possibly closing $60K, $50K over a lifetime. So, look at it like that. So I'm just saying. Joe, Gregory, anything to add to that?
I mean, I think you covered most of it. Just to agree with you, I mean, whenever I go out and do any kind of meetup or any kind of network or any kind of event like that, it was always to give value. I never sold, on my first meeting with anyone in a group like that. So.
Right. Definitely. Good. Gregory, anything to add?
So you guys pretty much covered it.
Good. We like to cover things, Gregory, so thank you.
You're very welcome.
We will get on to the next question here. It says, Gregory, I bought 6 PBNs. What 3 general topics would most benefit my personal SEO site?
I already answered him via chat, but it's computers.
Got it. Or internet marketing. Any one of those. Let's see here. Let me get to some more questions. I don't know what Ken Burns is trying to say. Guys, I want to make this very, very clear. There's people asking, do they need things outside of OMG? No, you don't. You don't need anything outside of OMG. Everything has everything you need it. You don't need to buy anything outside of OMG. Joe, let's do a hot seat, man. We're about 40 minutes in. Let's see who wants to do it. What we'll do is whoever posts hot seat right here, hashtag hot seat. Guys, there should be a lot of you that want to come on here. So.
Yeah, let us know if you want to do a hot seat. You can, post hot seat right there in the Facebook group, or I don't know if you want to do them in the Facebook group or the chat group. Here.
Here we go.
Got 230 people on.
What we will do while we are waiting, Joe, while we are waiting for someone to put hot seat, hashtag hot seat right on the Facebook group. No one's done it yet. We will answer another question specifically geared at you, Joe, because you're such a YouTube Jedi master, and I know that you love these so much. It says, Joe, we're going to get this like it's a Dear Abby. Joe, I uploaded a YouTube with the link to my money site 3 weeks ago. I did it the way you explained, Joe. How long does it take before we can see that backlink on the money site? I got to know, Joe. Please answer. Signed, sincerely, really want to know.
So wait, were they asking when can they? So they're asking not when it's going to rank, but when they can see the backlink.
Dude, they're looking for that backlink, man. They're looking for it. They're looking for it, Joe.
Well, I mean, it just depends on when the backlink is going to get indexed. And then it also depends on what tool you're looking. Some tools pick them up faster than others, and some don't pick them up at all. So,
Joe, I think that YouTube videos get indexed pretty quick. So
but they're looking for the backlink from
yes.
the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Well, that's a no follow link. So
right. They're looking, Joe.
I don't know. I mean, as long as it's indexed, don't worry about it. It's linking to your site.
Right. So, okay. Joe, we got some hot seat people right here. So, Joe,
okay.
successfully answered the question. I'd like, you know what? I don't know why, but dude, this like name, I got to know how to say his last name. It's obviously Pascal, but is it Giganak? I'd like, dude, I got it. I just want to bring him on just to get his last name.
I bet you it's Gnak. I bet you that G is silent.
I don't know. Okay, we'll find out.
All right,
We'll find out.
All right, let's bring him on. I mean, you're a little more daring than me. Usually, I make people tell me what they want to talk about on the hot seat.
Oh, I don't even care, dude. I don't even care. This is a beginner's group. These are beginner questions.
Let's go here.
Sure.
Hey, Pascal. You're
What's up,
unmuted.
Buddy? Yeah.
How do you say your last name?
Gignac.
Gignac. We were both wrong.
Wow.
What nationality is that?
I'm French.
Oh, really? You're French. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I live in Alberta and I'm from Quebec.
Oh, got it. Cool. What can we do for you, man? What's your question tonight?
Okay. What do you think about, because Canada is wide,
Mm-hmm.
I'm French, and you think it's better to try to rank in a French city, even if I don't live there? So, because here around everybody speaks English, I don't have enough word, I think, to explain correctly what I'm doing. So,
that's a very interesting question. So, you live around Montreal, you say? Or
Quebec.
Okay.
Quebec.
Right. So, what's the percentage of people that speak French there?
Where I live or where I used to live?
Where you live, or where you want to rank, more importantly.
I'm already ranking in my city, but right where I live right now, everybody speaks English except me.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is, what's the percentage of people that speak French?
Not a lot, seriously, because I moved in Alberta to learn English.
Okay.
That's the reason I moved there, because in Quebec it's hard to learn English, and so I moved there to give a chance to my kids to learn English. So
right.
But now I'm far from Quebec, 3,000 miles from Quebec. So I don't know if I can do business only on phone and rank my website.
Sure you can. I do. I never meet clients. Maybe I'm not understanding your question 100%. Joe, do you really know? I thought he was trying. Yeah, go ahead.
I thought he was asking if, and let me know if you're correct, that you're asking if you should rank in French, the language. Is that what you're asking, in the area of Alberta to be able to maybe access whatever French people are there?
No, what I'm thinking is, now my website's ranking in my city, where I live in Alberta, but is it better for me to create a page like Quebec SEO and in French and rank this one to get the first client and be more confident? And I don't know.
Well, that's what I was trying to ask you is what's the percentage of people there that actually speak French out of 100%? What's the percent of people that speak French that would actually read that page?
I don't know. But if I
20%, 30%, just ballpark it. It doesn't have to be right. Just take a guess.
I don't know, maybe 10%.
I don't think it's worth it to do a French page then. Do you, Joe?
No, I don't think so. But remember, I mean, too, is like kind of, I think you brought this up on last week. What about a French meetup or something, like a meetup in the French language?
Well, the problem is, Joe, is I think what he's really trying to ask is the juice worth the squeeze? Should he go out and do a French page there or just keep it English. And my thing is should he waste time, energy, and resources to build a French page if there's only 10% of the people there speaking French because he feels comfortable doing it? Or should he just continue to push the English? Is that kind of what we're at? Pascal, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would stick with the English right now, unless the percentage is bigger than 10%. Maybe if it gets up to 25, 30% that the people there speak French, I just think that you should keep banging out that English page. There's when you're just starting out, wasting the time, energy, and resources to try to capture 10% of the people doesn't make a lot of sense right now. It's something that you can do down the road when you've got a little bit more clients or a little bit more time. Then you could go ahead and do it if you wanted to. But I don't think it's anything that's really going to impact your business at the moment. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Right.
and I just wanted to add on to that really quickly. I agree with Cotton. If it's just 10%, it's not worth it. But if you do find out it's more, just like he said, you should. One thing you could do, because I do some SEO in Spanish, is just look up hreflang. That's href space LANG. What you do is you make a subdomain in the French language, for example, and on your main page that's ranking, you just have to have that inside of the code, and anyone within that language, for example, will get redirected there. So your page is still going to rank, but if they're reading in a different language, they'll get redirected to the appropriate language.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks.
Great. All right, Joe, we solved one. Let's bring on one more.
All right, let's see. I'm looking at, what about Jenny Jackson?
Do it.
Jenny Jackson. Sounds like a song, Jenny Jackson.
You mean it sounds like Janet Jackson?
Yeah, maybe a singer.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jenny, how you doing?
Hello? Looks like
Jenny.
just like Jenny. Don't want it.
I don't know, maybe her microphone's not working, so.
Maybe not. Great.
All right,
Guys,
let's see.
some more hot seats here. Here we got some right here.
That's quick, yeah. Who do we got?
About Jolie.
Jolie?
Yeah.
Mancuso?
Joelle? I mean, I don't know if I'm saying it right.
I think
I butcher these names up like we're in a chopping up some filet mignon.
all right, let's see. We'll meet Jolie and
Or Joelle, I think it's going to be.
Joelle. Okay.
Yeah. How do you say your name? Yeah.
Joelle.
See, I got it. It's Joelle. Joe, this is if like you
I got
had
the last name right though.
yeah. See, but if you had a sex
Joe.
change, that would be your name. You would be
No,
Joelle.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, you
No, because that would never happen. So. That's a scenario that would never happen.
Joelle, what can we do for you?
All right. I have a website. I'm using Director's Cut Skin, the Genesis theme, the dynamic website builder.
Mm-hmm.
Doing really great. Got my homepage built. Looks fabulous. Had some trouble with the gravity form, but I finally got it in. Mm-hmm. But now when I go and visit my page, it's frozen in a funky position, and I'm such a newbie. I don't know where I went wrong.
Joelle, I would love to be able to reach to your computer and just slap gravity forms to get it to work for you. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about web design. Don't know anything about it. Maybe Joe or Gregory does. That's like one of the things that, to make a ton of money, you don't have to know a lot about web design. Believe me, I struggled in the beginning when I first did it and got my website up, and then I just outsourced it 6 months later and got one of my buddies to do it for me. Gregory or Joe, do you know anything that about web design where we could help?
I don't know anything about Director's Cut Skin at all. Web design itself, some stuff, yeah, but Director's Cut and all those other skins, no, I've never touched them, so I don't know about them.
I like to.
Well, I think, like, if I ran into a problem with that, it sounds like she's having a problem with the gravity form.
Mm-hmm.
Is I would.
My buddy Mark.
I would find someone.
Hold on. Let me
help you.
I think I'm having a hard time with the skin.
See him? Hold on.
Yeah.
Him right here. Message him. That's one of my friends. He handles everything for me. Just tell him I sent you. He will be happy to give you a tip. So Mark is who I use for everything complex. Matter of fact, Mark is building a amp plugin that will blow away anything that's out on the market right now. So he's like working on that right now. So he's the best web designer that I know that OMG has access to at the moment. So, and he's who I have on my about page for all my websites. So he works directly with me. So just send him a message and tell him that I sent you, and he will be happy to assist you. He's also the one that created the plugin last week that we gave away. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is him, the same guy. So just give him a message right there. That's him, and just tell him that Cotton said that you would help me with this question, and he will jump all over it for you. That's the best I could do for you. I apologize.
Okay, no, that's helpful. Thank you.
Sure. Great. Guys, just to let you know, just for future reference, Joe, me, and Gregory, we don't know a lot about web design. So, we will refer you to other people to ask those questions. There's nothing wrong with those questions. We know how difficult it is to get a website up. But at this point, I had something go wonky with my website today. I just messaged Mark. I said, Mark, these widgets are out of whack. 10 minutes later, he calls back, all fixed, buddy. So I'm like, okay. I don't even need to know what goes on at this point. So it's good to know. So, Joe, we'll do one more hot seat, and then we'll get to a few more questions, and then we will get on to this crazy lesson we got. So, guys, if you want, we want to see it right now, right here. Put in hot seat right below, and we will select someone very, very quickly.
Jenny Jackson says her computer froze, but she's good now.
Oh, throw her on.
So let's see. Let me find her here. Hey, Jenny, are you there?
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you great. Well, what can we do for you?
Thank God. Okay. I have basically two questions. One is, I know Joe is going to freak out with this one, but it's about Wirecast.
Oh, man.
And, I tried to install that bugger a couple of times, and it didn't work for me. Honestly, I don't know what to do.
Hey, you know what? It's Joe's fault. It's all Joe's fault. Isn't that right, Gregory?
I agree 110%. It's
Joe,
absolutely.
What's wrong with you, Joe? Come on.
Joe. Come on, Joe. Step it up.
So I really don't know what to do.
No, all right. So you installed Wirecast and it's not working?
I tried. I got a couple of error messages. One is a 4018. The other one is an editor is not available. Then, I got a lot of error messages. I really don't know what's going on.
All right. So did you install the one that
I get so many error messages?
Did you install the? Did you install the version that I gave that we? What version did you do? Did you do with the one off the link from one of the promo webinars, or one that was under my video in the members? Where did you get the Wirecast from?
The one from Cotton Grammar's.
Okay, so you downloaded that one, and then when you downloaded, did you upgrade it at all?
No, because I was doing it with your video. So while I was watching the video, I was trying to install it, and I got to the point where it didn't work.
Okay, so you're getting a bunch of errors, and so you were able to download it, you were able to get it up and working, and then when did you get the errors? When you?
I got the error when I tried. For example, I put up the live event and everything, and then it says like. Something like I didn't have enough bandwidth, and then after that, it starts showing up these error messages, and then it just shut down on me like that. I have the screenshots, if I can send it to you somehow.
You could stick it in the chat if you want. You can stick it in the chat, but
you know what, Joe,
what I'm guessing is
I think that's the best thing for her to do is her just message you. You can take care of it after this. That's the fastest.
Yeah, you could just. Yeah, you could probably just message me the screenshot.
Email too.
Yeah. Sure.
You could message me the screenshots. But it sounds like your internet is too slow. You don't have enough bandwidth, and that's the problem with YouTube Live. Is you do need a certain amount of bandwidth. If you don't, then you're going to get a fail message. But send me the screenshots, and I'll take a look at them and message you back.
Okay, great. And the other question I had, oh man, I forgot the question. Wow. Oh, okay. I'm in Costa Rica, so the SEO is kind of not that good over here because people is not that into computers. So if I got an SEO page, for example, I'm planning to buy a domain and play with it. Do I need to put on the that I take care of reputation management?
No. You need to go through and you need to watch all of the client SEO or the agency 101 videos, along with go back and watch all the replays with what we've done through here.
Okay.
I would not mess with all that other stuff at the moment. It's just too much for you. We want you to concentrate on one thing and kind of excel with that. So if you're going to do SEO, I wouldn't worry about online reputation management. I don't know how many times you've heard me say it's 50 times harder than SEO. And if you don't know SEO, that's for advanced SEO people is what that's for.
But in my case, I would have to shoot for a global SEO, not a local one, since in my country is not that big of a deal.
Well,
sure.
I mean, you could do local in Costa Rica. I lived in Costa Rica for a year, and there are things you could probably rank for in Costa Rica. Plus, you could also do things in the tourist industry, which is huge. Zip lining, hotels, and making their stuff. So there is quite a bit of opportunity in Costa Rica.
You and Joe were neighbors. You didn't know that, did you?
What part of Costa Rica do you live? Where are you at in Costa Rica?
Right now I'm in the capital in San Jose.
Oh, San Jose.
Yeah.
I was in Guanacaste in San Pedro.
Great.
Yeah. It gets hot over there, but
right. What I want you to do is I want you to meet up with Gregory Ortiz over the weekend. He is actually going to be there.
I sent him a poster that they're saying that I'm here, so I'm just waiting.
Gregory, why don't you take care of that Wirecast while you're there live?
Oh yeah, sure. Just keep waiting for me. I'll be right there. No problem.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Really.
Great. Sounds fantastic.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Great. What we will do is we will see if there's any more important questions that need to get addressed before we bump into here. Hi, Cotton. I have a question. If my business and clients are based in Australia, do my PBNs have to be local? No. .coms work just fine. I like rank Australian people with me being here. I've got about 6 Australian clients, and I use .coms to do that, or .nets or .orgs. They're kind of universal. You don't have to. Let's see what other questions here. What do we got? Do anchor text referencing other pages in the same site do anything? Absolutely. They certainly do. Bob, you need to look at my site a little closer. That ought to help you out. Next question is, when I purchase, that's not it. Can't answer that. Cotton, your website is still spinning since yesterday. I have no idea what that means. Do you guys know what that means?
Yeah, probably is still spinning at number 1. Round and round it goes.
I have no idea.
Yeah, no, I just pulled it up when I read that comment. Your site loads fine for me, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, I have like no idea. My question is about handling a potential client with a high ticket item, commercial real estate. I think we covered your question earlier, so that might have been a question there. So I think we're ready to dive in. We'll answer any other questions through there. Seems like we got all through those. Guys, how many of you are ready? Or give me hashtag ready if you're finally ready to learn. how to use tools to grade your websites, to grade clients' websites, to just overall know if PBNs are worth buying or not, that you can grade them yourself. We want to get everyone hyped up about this. This is literally something I can't believe that we've never really went over this ever in OMG that I can recall on a webinar where we're showing people the basics of just site tools and what they can look at. So we're going to go through and we're going to just go one by one of some of the most important tools and what they mean and how they work. So what we will do is we're going to start out with what I want to find out is just get a gauge. Guys, we're going to be very active tonight and like hashtagging is I want to generally know the knowledge that you guys have and how deep I need to go, how slow I need to go, or if I can brush over it and you guys are going to know. Guys, how many of you think that you have a very good grasp? And I want all of you to participate with a hashtag yes or a hashtag no. Do you feel that you've got a very, very solid grasp on domain authority and page authority, which is better known as DA and PA? I want to see here, right here. Just be honest, guys. These are, we're like just starting out and everyone says no. Look at that. Joe, would you have suspected this?
Yeah, wow, that's a lot.
No,
that's
dude, there's a lot. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing at all wrong with that. I am so glad that we're taking the time out to show it to you guys so you know where to go. Guys, domain authority is literally, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm not going to get in deep, guys. I want to get light. I just want to give you the general sense of what all these things are and not get very complicated. I just want you to be able to look at things and I want you to be confident in what you're looking at. So the first thing that we're going to do is, guys, is we're going to go into domain authority. And guys, what we're going to do is like, we're going to go into CNN.com. Now, CNN.com is going to have a 100 domain authority or 99. So it's not, well, 98. So guys, here's like what we want to look at. With the site this powerful, you know what? I'm being stupid teaching right now. Guys, domain authority is created through a company called Moz. And you can buy, this is free. It's called Open Site Explorer. So Open Site Explorer. If you're taking notes, write it down. So when we would go here, it's going to look just like this. And let me go ahead and put this in the chat box right here. We're briefly going to go over this. We're not going to get too deep. I just sent it to everyone. It's called Open Site Explorer, and it's on Moz. Moz is one of the things that everyone uses every day. Every day. Joe and Gregory, is there a day that goes by that you don't say or look at or say domain authority or page authority or DAPA ever?
Nope, not one day passes.
Joe?
Yeah. No, it is. It's one of the main. It's one of the main metrics.
Exactly.
Sure. Yeah.
So guys, it is from Moz. What they've done is they have come up with their own, the power of a website on a scale of 1 to 100. Of 1 to 100. So what you do is, guys, it's very simple. All I want you to know is let's just, and I want to start out with a site that's very powerful. And I've already given you the link for it. So when you put in CNN.com, what you're going to do is you're going to find out that CNN.com is a 98 out of a 100 power. So you can read it right here. Predicts this root domain's rankings potential in search engines based upon algorithmic combination of link metrics. So these guys really have a very powerful way of looking at it. Now, what the domain authority means is that it's 98 out of a 100. That's scary powerful. So now let's look at this. We'll look at Facebook. Facebook's a 100 out of a 100. So now let's look at ESPN.com. So we'll look at that, ESPN, and we'll give it 97. So guys, you can pretty much see that all of the websites that are very, very, very trusted and are very powerful, including YouTube, Google. They're all domain authority 100 or about 90 to 100. So what I want you to get, guys, is super duper mega powerful sites have domain authority 90 plus. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, anything really 60 domain authority and up is pretty powerful. But these are what you're going to call the national authority sites that are going to have this in the 90s like that. Now, you will say, what is page authority? The best way for me to explain page authority is to say this. CottonGrammar.com has this right here. So let me go back over here and let me put my site in. So that's the main page of the website. So the main page of my website is 32 out of 100. It's a long ways from being as powerful as CNN, isn't it? Long ways. But now I want you to look at my page authority. So the main page on CottonGrammar.com, so when we go here, so the main page on this site right here is a page authority of 40. It's this page right here. But watch what happens here if I do, let's just say Miami. So now Miami is totally different. So what happens is, guys, I really want you to follow me. CottonGrammar.com, the main page, the root domains power is 32 out of 100. The front page is 40 out of 100. Now let's find out what Miami's page is. This will never change. 32 will never change. But look what happened. My Miami page is as a 33 out of 100 page authority. So now if you guys are following me and this makes sense, I want you to give me hashtag X. It makes sense. Hashtag Z, it does not. I want to make sure, I really want to slow this down to make sure that everyone just kind of understands this. That's all you really need to know. It's the power out of the scale of 1 to 100. There's a root. What Cotton Grammar has a root of 32. The 32 never changes, but the page will because they're inner pages. There's St. Louis. There's other places. Watch. We can do Orlando where I live. And now look, that's going to change the page authority. Look, 25. You see? So 32 never changes. 25 changes. This is how you're going to judge the power of a client's site right away. So hopefully that makes sense, and we got all X's across the board. Gregory and Joe, what I want to do is give you guys a chance to fill in anything that I'm missing out right here that can add a little bit more light or make things illuminate a little bit for them, or maybe I've covered it fine. Is there anything that you guys would like to add?
No, I think you covered it pretty well. I mean, it's just like you said, the more SEO you do to a page, the higher its page authority goes.
Right.
So
great. Now,
Yeah.
here's going to be great. Thanks, guys. Here's going to be the complicated lesson. So now I want you to watch this. So when we come in here and when we do, So when we come in here and when we do Facebook.com, here's what happens. Facebook is a 100 out of a 100, and a page authority is a 97 out of a 100. But let's go over here, and let me bring up Facebook over here, and I want to show you. Let me bring up one of my other pages here, and I'm going to show you what happens to, let me see one of my pages here. Let me do the Chicago one. So here's my Chicago page. So now remember, this is a page that is inside of Facebook. So what happens is, guys, is let's do this. Now let's look what happens. Look at that. Page authority of 1. So I don't want to make this complicated, guys. So remember, there are links that you can create and there are links that you can earn. This is a link that I can create. It's a page that I can create. So if you go out and you start your own Facebook page, you're going to start out with the exact same amount of power, and you're going to start out at a 1 also. Does that make sense? I want to make sure. Give me a make sense. I want to make sure that makes sense to everybody. When you start a Facebook page, I start out at 100 DA. You start out at page authority 1. I start out at a page authority 1. So does that make good? Let's just make sure we got everyone making sense here. Good. So with this, guys, we're coming over here now. What separates the power now, remember, we all start out with a domain authority of 100. So guys, what separates this from that is page authority. So now the power of a Facebook page is all based upon page authority now and not on domain authority. Remember, we all are starting out at 100. So now by default, it all lays back on page authority to see how powerful it is. Let me see if I can find another one that's got some page authority. Might not have any. So let me see here. Let me put it in here. We will see. Probably not. 1. No. So, but guys, what I want you to understand is this is no different from a YouTube video. It's no different than if you build a Twitter, a Pinterest, or anything. You're all starting out with the same amount of domain authority on social profiles. Then, because we all start out at the same place, it falls back on page authority. So the more links it has, and the more, but notice it's not picking up any links. So what I'm saying is the higher the page authority goes, the more powerful this Facebook page becomes, the better that it will rank. So I want to make sure I didn't lose anyone. Guys, does that make sense? I just want you to do hashtag sense. Just give me hashtag sense. I want to make sure everyone's following me. I don't want to leave any person behind. Great. So remember, YouTube videos, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, everyone starts out at the same domain authority. So it all falls back on page authority. But when we do websites, it goes domain authority, then page authority. So sounds like, is there anybody that needs a better explanation than that? Just type in better and I'll go through it one more time. But hopefully this really is just banging it home for everyone. It's really that simple. So now we're going to move over to a different metric. Now that we know what domain authority is and page authority is, now I want you to look at it like this. Let's say that domain authority and page authority are a poison. Now we want to find out just how powerful that poison is. Does that make sense? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Majestic. Now, what Majestic is Majestic does trust flow. So trust flow is very important. So now look at, we just brought up Facebook. Facebook, we can see that they have backlinks right here. So we're going to go back to Moz in a little bit. We're just talking about how to grade pages right now. So when we do the trust flow, we're going to read it so you guys know. Trust flow is one of the Majestic flow metrics, which is weighed by the number of clicks from a seed set of trusted sites to a given URL or domain. So guys, this is a pretty high trust. It's 98 out of a 100. Literally, it's almost impossible to get unless you're a site like Facebook or like CNN. So come on, where's this thing gets jacked up? So CNN. Let's look at that. And you can see 93, 89. So now let's do something. Let's put mine in there and let's look to see what it is. So my trust flow is 27 out of 28. Guys, that's really pretty damn good for a regular website. So that's what you're looking at, trust flow. So guys, anytime that you get a client that's single digits is not good. If you have a trust flow that's from 0 to 9, that's not good. That means something's weird. And what this is the velocity that these links came in. citation flow is the velocity. What you really want to see for a healthy site is having the trust flow and the citation flow well balanced. Well balanced. What you don't want to see is have the citation flow 50 and this thing 27. It's not good. That could possibly signal that the site was spammed. So I want to make sure that now I'm going to tie one other thing in here. So let's bring this back over here. Let me bring my website back up. So I have a domain authority of 32 and a page authority of 40, but let's look how powerful my DA is. My DA is pretty powerful. It's 27 and it's a citation flow of 28. So it says this is a very, very powerful site for a site that's generated, that's not a household name, that is not a news agency, that is not a social media aspect. For a business site, this is pretty healthy. Now they have something else. Fresh Index is what they go through. What they do is, guys, is now here's what I want to explain to you. These guys get their information from bots. So what they do is they send out spider bots that crawl your sites. Moz does it. Majestic does it. But Majestic crawls sites better for links. So what we'll do is this shows you all of the links coming in from someone. So let's just we're just going to pull up someone right out of the blue here. And let me get back here so we just get a regular guy here. Here we go. Robert Callahan. So we got Robert Callahan right here. Let's see. This site doesn't. Here we go. Let's find out how powerful Robert Callahan is. This is what I would do if Robert called me up right now and he wanted to do some SEO. Here's one of the first things I would do. Well, let me see how healthy his site is right here. How much power does this site got? So we're going to look and we're going to go, oh, all right. It's not a bad site. He's got 28 out of a 100. He's got a 38 page. He's got a 36 page authority out of 100. That's not bad. Then I'm going to come over and I'm going to find out just how powerful that domain authority is. So we're going to look. It's not bad either. It's a little off. And, we don't know the guy might be gay. That's good information. It's about business, adult society. So guys, here's a couple things that are strange. Either this guy is an advocate in just anything to do with being homosexual, or someone's spamming his site. So let's get in here and now we're going to look a little closer. So we're going to look here now, guys. When you come here, this anchor text, these are the keywords right here that are used to rank his website. So we can look defense. That looks natural. Website, Chicago criminal defense lawyer. It looks all normal. And he's had SEO done on the site because the pie's cut too evenly. Would you agree, Gregory or Joe, that there's been someone SEO this site the way this pie is cut like this?
Yeah, it doesn't look natural when you see a bunch of this percentages. Yeah.
Right. So notice 13%. That's a pretty even split right there. So tells me that he's probably had SEO done to his site. Now, we want to look and we want to see where some of his most powerful links are coming in at. Notice it's so anchor text, he's Web TV, Courthouse Square, Law News Trends. Here we go. Gay law. Look. So let's find out a little bit about this guy. I would click on this anyway because if he filled out one of my discovery forms, I want to know a little bit about him so I know what's going on. So this guy's in Gay Law Net. So it tells me that I was right, that this guy either defends homosexual rights or is homosexual or has something to do with it. At least that gives me a little bit more information than I knew. Now, this is referring domains right here. In other words, the domains that are linking to him. And we look through here. What I'm really wanting to look for is anything that is adult or just anything that's not good. And I really don't see any. So nothing really. All these sites look normal to me. Nothing really wrong with it. Then I'm going to look at backlinks. And right in here, we can look. And I just want to look at what's going on. Courthouse Square, law trends. These are the anchor text right here. So I'm looking through here. Nothing looks crazy. Nothing looks crazy, but that's what we're going to look at. And we can also look at the power of some of these sites that are linking to them. It drops off tremendously through here. These sites don't have a lot of trust. So there could be a lot of SEO done on it. So these are the first two things that I'm going to look at when I get a client. So we're going to look at domain authority, 28 out of 100, page authority, 36 out of this. And it's good news because this is even with the DA. So trust flow is even with a DA. It's a little high on the citation flow. We can work with that. But now let's look at historic index. This is what the site's done over the life of it. And I can tell you this, there has been SEO done to this site. There's no way that this guy has generated 27,000 backlinks. And what this is telling us is he's got 991 different IPs. I don't really like to look at referring domains. I like to look at IPs. That means it's just different, totally unique links coming in from different places. So this guy has had some SEO done. It's obviously not good SEO because where we found him at was way back, like on page 3. So guys, what I want to do is right now, if this was helpful to you, I want you to give me hashtag helpful, that you kind of understand right now how trust flow and how domain authority and page authority work. Give me help. Yes. Kyle, yes. The answer is yes. I want to make sure. Do you guys feel a little bit more confident now in looking to see the power of a site? You know, there's a lot of helpfuls here. Joe and Gregory, while they're doing the helpfuls on here, guys, please, I'd like a lot of participation. We'll leave it in. Guys, if you're not understanding this, just please give me a hashtag Z. Just a hashtag Z. If I didn't explain it well enough or you're just not sure, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't want to leave anybody behind. All right. A little bit more different between trust flow and citation flow. Gregory, I've tried to explain what citation flow or trust flow is. I know that you use this a lot. Let me let you take over and let you try to explain a little bit what about trust flow and citation flow is to see if you can't connect the dots with a little bit more people here.
Sure. So the way I guess I can kind of break it down in my own little definition is citation flow means it's not the exact number of sites, but it's like a spectrum of, it goes from 0 to 100. So it's the 33 we're looking at right now. It's saying, okay, there's a 33 of whatever their algorithm is of number of sites linking to this site versus the trust flow. So out of those sites linking to it, this is how trustworthy they are. So there are 23. So you generally want as close a 1-to-1 ratio. And what I mean by that is if this trust flow was 23, you kind of want the citation flow 23 as well or lower. A higher trust flow than citation is always great. So you want it to be as close to 1-to-1 as possible. Now, realistically, you rarely ever find that. So typically, my rule of thumb is you don't really want ever more than 2.5 times. So meaning if the trust flow was like a 20, you don't want it to be more than a 50, since that's 2.5 times.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are confused about what I said so far, can you just put another hashtag Z in Facebook real quick? I just want to make sure I don't jump too fast and leave people behind. So I just need to see that real quick.
No, guys, the trust flow does not equal DA. It does not. No. Trust flow tells how powerful the DA is. Remember what I said. I want you to look at it like this. There's domain authority. Now, how powerful is that poison? How powerful is the DA? Trust flow kind of tells you how powerful that DA is. So then look, you have a 35 DA. How powerful is that 35 DA? So what we want to see is if it's 35 DA, it's really good for us to see 35 trust flow, 40 trust flow, 50 trust flow. But it's not good for us to see that 35 DA has 5 trust flow. That's not good at all. That means it's not a very good 35 DA. So there's different levels of DA. So there's DA, then there's how powerful is that DA? How pure is that DA? And does that make a little bit more sense? We want to make sure. Guys, I wouldn't worry about citation flow right now. Wouldn't worry about we want you to just pay attention to DA, PA, and trust flow for right now. And if everyone understands that, we'll be fine. If you don't understand citation flow at the moment, you'll be okay. You will be okay.
And that's fine. The only thing you need to know about citation, like I said, is not so much what it means, but the fact that it's as close to a 1-to-1 ratio, nothing more than my preference is 2.5. Everyone else will be a little bit different. But that's all you really need to know. Just like he said, DA, PA, and trust flow, those are the 3 most important ones you need to know.
And the only other thing that you need to know is, as we said, we want these to be as close as possible. This being 10 points higher isn't good, but it's not bad. But if this was a 43, that's not good. That's not good. What it means is links are coming in too quickly. Links are coming in too quickly. So what we want to do is we want to see the number of links coming in trusted. So it's kind of hard to explain. It even's hard to explain to the other ones. So for every link that comes in, this is the velocity of it. And this is the trust of it. So if we have so if the links are coming in at a 33, we want to see a 33 trust. So what's happened is there's been some spammy links or some not so trusted links come in at this speed that's graded it down to a 23. Joe, do you have anything to add to this?
I mean, I think you guys are covering it pretty well. You know, it's going to take a little bit for people to grasp probably everything.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But no, I think you guys are covering it. The biggest thing is
right.
A lot of people put so much faith in just the numbers.
Right.
You know, but they have to understand the ratios too. So I think you got that.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
I can just give one other quick analogy for people who are confused. Think of it as, you know, you're in school, right? And you're a student. So the citation flow is like the number of tests you've taken versus the trust flow is how good your grades are, right?
Yes. Great. That's great.
Yeah, so you want to get A's on all of them. Obviously, we know it's not possible to get A's on everything. I mean, it is possible, but most people don't get A's on everything. So your trust flow, which is your grades, is going to be a little bit lower than the number of tests that you've taken.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that makes sense. But if you're taking a whole bunch of tests and your grades are low, you're going to fail the class. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Gretchen, it's pretty simple. We want these to be as even as possible. We always want trust flow. In a perfect world, we want trust flow to be over citation flow. That's all you need to know. Or we want them even as possible. Even as possible. That's all you need to know for right now. That's all you need to know. So what I want you guys to do is if you think you understand this, give me a hashtag understand. If you don't get it, give me a hashtag Z. We don't want to leave anyone behind here. It's very important that you understand this. It's very, 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 very important. Good. So we're getting a lot of understands. We want to make sure we see no Z's. If we see no Z's, we want to move forward. We don't leave any man behind. Great. Getting a lot of understands. So I think that kind of done it. So great. Yeah. So we want to look at both of those. So that's the first thing those are the first 2 things that I normally look at when I get a client. I look at both of those immediately and I find out where they're at just to see where they're at. I look at links, do other stuff. So we've covered that. Now, here's a couple things that I want you guys we're going to get a little bit more complicated here, but we will do it anyway. So we see that there's backlinks right here. So notice this site has had a total of 27,000 backlinks over the course of its life. But what disturbs me is look, they've only had 1,700 referring domains, or they've got 991 different IPs. So remember, really unique websites. So that's how I look at it. So on the fresh stuff over the last 90 days, 700 links coming from really, truly, how I look at it, maybe 97 unique different sites that are on different IPs. So that like tells me that there's almost 7 links coming from every site. So what I'd like to see is, guys, how could numbers get this far skewed? So when you see 27,000 out of 900 IPs, what could that mean that could still make this site good? I want to see if anyone can figure it out. If anyone can figure it out. Put it in the Facebook group. If no one can figure it out, let me just see if someone can figure it out. I was able to figure it out. Good, they understand that they're doing that. Can any of you figure this out? No. Guys, generally, here's the funny part about it is, but in Majestic, it's going to be very rare that they crawl social websites or your social links show up. It's very rare. I'm going to tell you one thing that really got me confused, and I'm going to help you guys out. Guys, what if you went to your local news station and you took out a site-wide article on a news station that said, hey, if you have been, wrongfully terminated for your sexual orientation, call us now. And that's on a news station, on a banner, on the news site, on any sort of really big site. They're banner links that like click and go to you. That would create a lot of links. So that's one way that it could be. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing that a site has a lot of links. So when you see that there's thousands of links, and by the way, guys, thousands of links doesn't mean that it's better. It doesn't mean that it's better. It still all comes down to the trust flow. Still comes down to the trust flow of like what it is. And this site is better than average. I'm going to say that, it could use some work, but it's not bad. So that's what we want to do. So hopefully, guys, you can slow it down. You can look it all over. Now, what we want to do is we're going to move on to something different. So what we're going to do is copy this. And now we're going to move over to a different service called SEMrush. And SEMrush is one of my favorite tools. I do not like to live without it. So this is my client. I'm going to put him, or my potential client here. I'm just going to put this in here. SEMrush doesn't like a lot of this. We're just going to hit search. So what SEMrush does is it tells me everything that I want to know about them. So it's getting about 626 people a month search this. It's had a tick up of traffic. Now, I want you guys to look here. Look at the traffic on the website. It's continued to grow. And as of October 1st, we can look. Something happened here where they start getting more traffic right here. You can see that. See that traffic jump right here? But now let's look 6 months back and see what's happened. So we can look. They had 620 people on the average in December, and in January, 626. So they're continuing to grow since November. They got another 200 people, so something's going right. So guys, they are not doing any Google AdWords. Otherwise, this stats would be here. Now, guys, if like you think this is pretty cool that you can know this, give me hashtag cool. I want to know that. Just give me hashtag cool. If like you think this is pretty cool so far, that like you can go in and see exactly how much traffic that like website has like got. But not only that, you could go back and look at the traffic that this website has got over the course of the year. And then you can see. Now, I'm going to show you guys something that I've never really shown anywhere before. And this is really going to hit it home to you in a little bit. So keep up with the hashtag cools. Keep them coming. So guys, this tells us where they're ranked. Look how easy this is. Guys, you've always wanted to say, hey, what does this potential client rank and what does he want to do? Well, here's what I didn't understand. Look, I didn't know that he was ranking for, look, and it tells me the volume of searches per month, but this guy's ranking pretty good, isn't he, Gregory? Chicago criminal defense attorney, he's number 2. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite function of SEMrush. I actually didn't start using it until you had mentioned it a while ago.
Yeah.
Now I love it. Just
oh
for
my
this
God.
feature alone.
It tells me what I don't know. I thought this guy was hurting. I thought he was hurting on page 3. But look, I just typed in.
I don't even do anywhere near as much client SEO that you do, but even for any other site that I'm analyzing, even my competitors, I use this a lot too. Like this functionality here is amazing.
Right. This right here. So let's look at the full report. Let's see what this guy's really ranking for. Because guys, when I initially looked at him, all right, look, so he's getting about $7,000 worth of traffic organically is what it would cost him to get this if he wasn't ranked. But man, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort it, and I'm going to sort this to where we get all of the top keywords up here. So look, so he's ranking for his name, which is good. That's very important. Now look, this guy's not hurting at all. Chicago criminal defense attorney, he's ranking number 2 with 390. So now I'm looking through here, Chicago defense attorneys, it's not much, but this guy's ranking pretty good and pretty solid everywhere, which shocks me because I missed that because I didn't know. So now I'm going to look at volume. I'm going to see what super volume keywords that he's looking at right here. And let me just go ahead and shift it up again. I want the best volume. So look at that, man. That's crazy. This guy's ranking this high in the nation for criminal defense lawyer. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Look at this. Class X felony. A 1,000 search, he's number 20. I would think that he would want this pushed up. Lawyers in Chicago, he's number 12. He'd want that pushed up. But look at this baby right here. Chicago criminal lawyer. This guy's making some money, isn't he, Gregory?
Oh, yeah. He better be making money. I mean, he's definitely making money if his site converts and he has good people answering the phone. Absolutely.
Yeah, look at that, man. Chicago criminal attorney, drug lawyer. I mean, guys, do you see how powerful this tool is? Give me hashtag powerful that we all just got fooled right on this webinar right now, that this just revealed this guy's business. Because we didn't know. We don't know where he was ranking at. We just went back and then, dude, this is powerful, powerful stuff. So we just went and found out all what this guy's ranking for. And now here's what I do know. This guy's getting a tremendous amount of traffic in. And now here's what it's also told me. It told me that this guy can pay. I know that if he contacted me, that he's got money because he's ranking very well in Chicago for criminal defense lawyers. And these can be nationwide stats or these can be local stats, no matter what you put it in, if like that was your question. So as you can see, guys, this is super powerful. So let's go back here. So I know this guy can pay. And I know that he probably is competitive because if he's reaching out to me, he's wanting to even get more money and more money. So he's getting 626 people, tells me he wants more traffic. He wants more people. But here's what's crazy is, let's go back over here and let's check out a few things. So let me go here. Wait a minute. Let me make sure. Let me search this guy again. Let me get out of this. We come down here and, yeah, it's going to make me do this. Hold on. Let me go back into SEMrush and do this.
His site totally fooled us. We've all been bamboozled, apparently.
Yeah, very much so. I'm actually shocked. The guy's doing pretty good. So let me find out here when like we want to do, and here's something right now. We're looking at some of the backlinks that he's got. Here's some of the top anchors, referring domains. It tells you quite a bit of what's going on. But what's like crazy is here's what I do know, that this right here, some of these keywords, Chicago criminal lawyer, I bet this is a pretty expensive keyword. Gregory, look that up for me really quick and tell me how much that is while I'm
Sure.
talking and doing some other stuff. Gregory's going to tell us how much that keyword is if he was to go out and then buy AdWords. Oh, here it is right here, Gregory. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. It's $19 a click. Yeah, it's $19 a click.
Cool.
Yeah, it's $19 a click. So for every time someone clicks on this, look, I'm an idiot. Didn't even see it was right here. So guys, not only that, it tells me how much it costs for AdWords. Let's see. Right there. Boom. $31 a click, $20 a click. So it's telling me all the prices of all this also, the cost per click for AdWords, all this information. Now, does anybody not understand this, guys? I want you to give me a hashtag understand. if you understand it, or if there is something that, give me hashtag Z if you do not understand. I want to make sure this should be real clear to everybody. Very, very, very clear. I want to see everyone give hashtag understand. SEMrush is amazing, guys. It tells you so much information. So much information. Yeah, you're going to say something.
And the other thing too, Cotton, is sometimes on some of these metrics, you know, if they're using PBNs and they're hiding their links,
Yep.
you know, with a plugin, you know, the metrics will be off. But like what you just showed on SEMrush, you know there's probably something else going to that site that maybe we don't even know about.
Exactly. So it looks like that we're getting a lot of people. It looks like we're getting a lot of people understand, and no one does not understand. It makes me feel good. We're getting no Z's. We're like getting no Z's, which is even better. So now I want to show you guys something that's very, very, very powerful, and it's going to be very simple to understand. We're going to do this. So guys, because I am very highly targeted, I'm in front of a lot of promotions, I'm in a lot of stuff, and I show my site to thousands and thousands of people. What we're going to do here is we're going to do this. We're going to put my site in here. Now, last year, my site was penalized. And I brought it back in 12 days. So what I want you to do is, guys, I want you to tell me, looking at this, when was my site penalized? Tell me when my site was penalized, and I want you to put it in the Facebook group. I have the other window open. We're going to do a little thing here. Look at this. When was my site penalized? Well, right. Now, look what happened. You guys are getting it right. You guys are getting it correct. I just showed you guys how to look for penalties. It's pretty cool. Now you guys know how to find penalties on sites. When you look for drop-offs like that, that's not good. Every one of you are 100% right. You guys are smart. So when we look here, look what happened. I was getting 2,100 people a month, and all of a sudden it went down to 1,000 less. Now look, 1,400. Then back up to 2,100. So right here from May 15th to June 15th, look at that. Look at that gap. And then right here, I've been holding at about 2,700 people. Notice it says I've got a 2% growth of traffic right here on that. So what and it says that all of my traffic is worth $30,000 a month. $30,000 a month. So guys, whenever you see dips like this, when you're looking at a website, when you're doing analysis on it, and you can see it tells you all the number ones that I've got. Chicago, St. Louis, my name, New Orleans, all these other things right here, you can go through and look. So what I'm saying is, guys, is you could see that I've got a penalty. So guys, if that isn't, that should be your hashtag mind blown right now. We're going to do a hashtag mind blown that now you guys can go in and see if the site has just dropped off totally. Because what would happen is, guys, is if you've seen that site level out and never come back up, you can go and you can search for when penalties came out, and bam, you've got your answer. You could say, hey, man, it looks like you guys got hit with a penalty. That's what's going on. That's why I stopped ranking. So, guys, you just got information. A lot of people don't even know how to read in SEMrush. You want to look for fluctuations going up and down. You just don't have 2,700 people land on your site and then just all of a sudden go to 1,100 people and there's not something wrong with your site. You just don't. And people are asking what the penalty was. Irrelevant. This is SEO 101 here. Penalty stuff is for advanced stuff. So somebody turned me in. There was someone that called Google and turned me in. And I got the site back in 12 days. I was able to recover it. So guys, what we're able to show you is how powerful SEMrush is. So guys, if these are three very, very, very powerful tools. SEMrush is what I use to really dig in and look at clients to find out what goes on. Doesn't matter what it is. So Robert Callahan right here, we were able to tell that this guy right here is making some scratch. He's making a lot of money. Tells me that I know that he can pay me, $7,000 to $10,000 a month for his SEO. He's doing criminal defense, which means criminal defense people have money. I want you to think about it. For every client that I send him, let's say I'm able to send him another 100 people. He ought to be able to close 4 to 5 clients out of that 100. They got a lot of money. Guys, do you think that's going to be worth $10,000 a month to him? Give me yes or no. Is that going to be worth, if I get him 5 more clients, is that going to be worth $10K a month to this guy? Yes or no? Just be honest. Yeah, exactly. That's why the lawyer niche is one I love. I love the lawyer niche. I like probably have, I don't know, 30, I think 30 plus lawyers as my clients, because guys, when you want to look for clients, what you want to look for is low amount of search traffic, high payout. So just, and the reason is let me just give you one analogy. Let's say that you had your Taco Bell wherever you live. Just say, hey, Gregory Ortiz, we really want you to do our SEO for you at our local Taco Bell. Well, Gregory's going to say, all right, Gregory's going to do this analysis just like we did. And what's going to happen is they're going to go, all right, well, I'm going to be able to give you 220 more people search your Taco Bell website over the next 6 months. All right, so out of those 220 people, they're going to make like, I don't know, an extra $200 a month selling some hard shell tacos. Guys, is that worth them hiring an SEO for? Is it? But if I get 200 more people to that criminal lawyer, now you can see how it's that valuable. So you want to look for moving the needle very little versus a place like Taco Bell. Their like profit margin is nothing. 200 people mean nothing. What are they going to make? $2 if every person that lands on their website goes and eats there every month. They're going to make $2. So you made them $400. It makes no sense charging them $2,000. So guys, if you get that analogy, I just want you to say makes sense. That's going to kind of clear up everything for client getting too. So you want to move the needle a little bit and get paid a lot. If you move the needle a little bit and they're making a little bit of profit, it's probably not going to be good for client. Not going to be good for client. So we want to look for things like fencers, that have $5,000 fences, people that sell dump trucks, lawyers, plastic surgeons, people like that, where they make thousands and thousands of dollars on one sale. These are going to be your most profitable clients. And we were able to find that out with SEMrush. So that is SEMrush right there. Now, here's what we're going to do is we're going to go over Ahrefs. Guys, how many of you have heard of this? Give me yes or no. How many of you have heard of Ahrefs? Hashtag yes or no. Want to see. If you haven't heard of it, just almost everybody. Some people yes, some people no. Guys, I use this quite a bit myself. We're getting a lot of people heard of it. I use this a lot. And Gregory, do you use this a lot? Joe, Gregory?
Sorry, didn't realize I was muted. Yeah, I do use it often. Not as much as Majestic and SEMrush, but yeah, I definitely use it.
I use it for different reasons.
Yeah, I use it. Yeah, I use it. I use it a lot.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you guys, Ahrefs has came a long way over the last couple years. A long way. I'm going to tell you some of the really cool features that they've got right here. Is what they do is, guys, is they give me emails every day. If they find a link on my website, they email me. If I lose a link, they email me. And guys, this is just a fact. Ahrefs, they will crawl faster and deeper than any other one, including Majestic. They just find links faster. So we will go into here and we'll just look really quick. You know what? Let's continue to use this defense lawyer here. Let's use him. So we're just going to go with him. So we're going to sit here and I'm going to show you how I use Ahrefs and why it's important to my business. So what he's got is right here is notice Ahrefs shows up a whole lot more backlinks. Shows up that there's 2,000 links and there's 1.5 thousand links that are live, and of referring domains. Guys, it also tells me social shares. So look, he's got 12 Facebook, got 1,000 of, Google Plus, 5 LinkedIn, got some Pinterest shares here. Guys, isn't that important to know that this site's getting some engagement? Guys, what it's also telling me is organic keywords. It's telling me that there are 449 different keywords that this guy is using, trying to rank for. And 363 of them come from the United States. So it's valuable information to know. And guys, once again, as much as you guys are doing right now, you are going to be able to pretty much use these every day if you don't have a lot of clients. They give you so many searches every day for free. So what we want to do here is we can look here and then see the links, this averages of just changing, Ahrefs ranks. It can just see what's going on, but we can also see what's going on right here of link velocity that's like being built right here with the site. It shows that it looks like that he was really building from May to June last year all the way up to the beginning of August. They were building, and then they kept building more links, and it looks like they've kind of leveled here. So it's one thing we can look at. Secondly is organic traffic. This can be done the same thing with mine, where you can look at it where it drops off. He really hasn't had any dropped off. They dropped here a little bit, but then it's kept coming up. This is a slight drop right here, but they came back up. Don't know why. It just looks a little weird, but I'm not that concerned with it. So what we want to look at is where the links are coming from. The links are coming from, we've like got some South American links coming in here, but also, guy, the anchors cloud, which is what I like it. At 7%, we got Chicago criminal defense attorney. We've got Chicago lawyer at 7%. It looks like it's well diversed through here. It looks normal. So we can also see here all of this stuff, the anchor phrases that are going on, anchor terms, pretty much everything that the other one does. But I'm going to tell you why I use this. Because what I do is I want to see if there's a lot of SEO being done on this site. What's doing is, so I go to inbound links here, and I click on links. And what I do is it gives me, better yet, I want to do new links. So guys, it gives me a calendar. This is why I love Ahrefs. Majestic does this too. I've just got used to it. So there was 3 links added on December 6th. And really over the last week, there's been no links built. If you look at it, there was 2 links built here. But we can look at all the links. We can even see what links were built on this day. It was this. It's a no-follow link because there's a shield right here. And it's for this. All I got to do is click on it, and it tells me everything I want to know. It tells me, where it was coming from, the positions, everything right there. So there's a calendar here that tells me how fast links are being built. And I use this when I do analysis for clients and other stuff. I really get in here and I look at it. But like I said, there's a whole lot more stuff that you can do with this now. There's a positions ranker. Also, there's so much this can do. I just wanted to briefly show you this. We could literally do a whole webinar for 2 hours on each one. I just briefly wanted to show you what all of these did. What I use this for mostly right now, guys, it has a wonderful link. It tells you when you get new links, tells you when you get bad links, it tells you everything. So let me just go into here right here. Hold on right here. Let me just do this and go into the Site Explorer. Let me show you the traffic thing on this with mine. Here we go. We can go and look at traffic. Give me 1 second. So we go down here and we look at traffic. I want to be able to show you. You can see here, look at that dip right here that we were talking about. Look at that. Hold on, we got this. See that dip? And it came up. That's a big dip. It's a big dip. So that's definitely something that's up here. And when you see a U like that or a V, these are things that you got to look into about what happened. But this is the only time that there's been a penalty and it was recovered out of. So you can do a lot of different things with this sort of stuff. And then when you do new links, you can see, well, it's like, hey, well, how much links are going on here? What's been going on? Well, am I doing any link building? So you can look. And so, guys, after looking at this, I want you to give me a hashtag and building or hashtag not building. So what am I doing? Am I building links to my site or am I not building links to my site based upon this calendar? You can see that I'm pretty actively building links to my site. One day is 24, 4, 2, 1, 5. But look, it's constant and it looks normal. As long as it looks normal that there's links coming in like that, it looks normal. But now let's click on and look at what I've lost. So what links have I lost? And we can look here and see that I'm also losing some links every day. So remember, I'm constantly losing, I'm constantly building, but at least it lets you see daily what's going on. So it's a very, very, very cool tool. And there's a whole lot more that you can dig into. So what we'll do is we'll go back to the Facebook group. Guys, let me ask you this and be honest. Do you feel like now you have a better grasp on how to grade websites, what to look for, and what to do? I want you to give me a hashtag powerful. If you feel more powerful than you did before after this lesson right now, truly give me hashtag powerful, because I want you guys walking away from this webinar feeling more powerful, like you've got a grasp on this. Hey, SEO is not that hard. You guys can go back through and watch this webinar and feel good about yourself. You just started out, and I wish I had someone explain all this stuff to me when I first got into OMG, because I didn't, nor did Gregory, nor did Joe. We kind of had to figure this stuff out for ourselves. So I knew how you guys felt, and that's why I wanted to do these webinars, to give you guys the extra edge. So when you get clients or when you want to look at stuff, and guys, play around with these guys. Play around with these tools. What I want you to do is look at Facebook, look at Twitter, and then put in different websites. Like go to like Los Angeles and put in different lawyers' websites and just understand what websites are number one for different niches. Like put in a bunch of lawyer sites and look at them. Put in, like a bunch of plastic surgeon sites and just find out what is the most powerful sites that are ranking. What is a powerful domain authority? What is a powerful trust flow? What are these other sites doing? And when you do that, you are going to know a whole lot more than what you started. You're going to go, oh man. And guys, no. None of these sites are free. Matter of fact, they are all about $60 to $70 a month. They're all about $60, $70 a month. But here's the whole thing, guys. If you don't know how to use these tools individually, like I just showed you tonight, then OMG Command Center means nothing to you. Nothing to you. So, guys, does that make sense? I recommend everyone, if you're on a tight budget, use OMG Command Center. Use OMG Command Center. We have tutorials that are inside of OMG. And OMG Command Center, Gregory, correct me if I'm wrong. You know a little bit more about this than I do. They have SEMrush, they have Majestic, and they also have Moz with the domain authority and that. Am I missing anything that OMG Command Center doesn't have?
No, that's accurate. The only thing they don't have is Ahrefs, but the other three they have, yeah. Right.
So guys, if you're on a tight budget and if you really want to get some of the metrics on all these, you know what? Let me go ahead and log into that. Hold on. So we can just kind of just go over this a little bit. I don't really use it that much, but it's a great tool. The only reason that I don't use it, guys, is you just get set in your ways. I'm not tight on money. And so here, there's a lot of stuff here. So for instance, domain research, and what would we go to look for something, Gregory?
Site Explorer.
Site Explorer. So watch, we would put this in here, and let's just put the lawyer site in here, and we want to do with and without, and we just want to analyze that domain. And this is what you get with OMG Command Center. So look, here's what it tells me, that here's the Moz rank, and Moz rank is different. You don't have to pay attention to this. The domain authority is 27, trust flow is 23, citation flows. So you're getting all of these, and it's telling you if it's indexed or not. The site's 13 years old, all of this sort of stuff. You're also getting a lot of the social shares and all this other sort of stuff. So you are getting a portion of these when you do it. And what's that cost? It's like $49, isn't it, Gregory? Something like that, just to get it on the entry level one.
Yeah, I believe it's $49 a month if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So but here's the thing, guys. I didn't go over this with these individual tools, these numbers would have meant nothing to you. So that's why I had to go over each one of these tools individually to show you just how powerful things are, so you can understand it. So does that make sense? I want to make sure that everyone's follow. Just hit #follow. I want to make sure that everyone had to follow. Is there are cheaper ways to get it done, but if you don't understand the metrics and the power that each one of these tools and what they can actually do for you, because there's a lot of them that just are going to do a whole lot more individually. But if you're on a tight budget, you can get by going with OMG Command Center. But now you know that you can put a site in here. You can get the domain authority, and do they have the page authority here? Oh, I didn't put in any. So what I'm like saying is, guys, you're going to get everything that you need. You got rank tracking, you got everything that you can do right in here. So with that, guys, is there any questions that we got right now? Any questions from like all of this? Seems like everyone's feeling pretty good about the webinar, feeling like that they now know how to grade sites. And guys, listen, you should feel empowered, because now that you know how to do these videos right now, guys, ultimately what's like going to happen is videos. Once you know how to use these tools, is that you are going to be able to now sit across from someone and actually really just know exactly what you can do for them, how powerful their site is, how everything. And David, I don't know why you think OMG is confusing. It's about as simple as things get. Guys, that's another thing that I want to tell you, guys. If you're overwhelmed, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Guys, you're starting a brand new career, and many of you have been trying to start a brand new career for a few weeks. Are you going to be a brain surgeon in a couple weeks? Absolutely not. Are you going to be able to know how to build a skyscraper in a couple weeks? Guys, we are literally teaching you how to build money-building machines right here in as little as a few months. And so if you can't be patient with yourself to understand that it's literally going to take a couple months and a few months for you to get the full grasp of all of this, and look at how far that you've come from when you first got here. You know, if you've got your website up, you never had that before. You have a better understanding of how to grade websites and stuff. All of this is going to fall into place. It's all going to fall into place. But man, guys, remember this. It just takes time for all of this stuff to click. You can't be so hard on yourself. And if you're coming in here thinking you're going to make millions in a few days or a few weeks, it's not realistic. It's just not realistic. Can you make a tremendous amount of money right now? Sure. You can go out and close the clients right now and get $30,000 just like Bob did. You can go out and get one for $3,000, $2,000. But guys, everything happens with the first step. Everything happens with the first step. You got to build the house before you can live in it. So just be easy on yourself and give yourself a break. What do you guys say, Gregory and Joe, that everyone should feel pretty good about what they've learned so far, and just take a deep breath and it's all going to come together?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think it's almost like I use the illustration of eating an elephant, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time. And like you said, Con, you're learning something that's going to change your life, that you're going to be able to make more money than a surgeon, than that defense lawyer site we were looking at. You can make more money than him, but it's not going to happen overnight. There's a short learning curve. It's not as huge as some of these other things, but there is a learning curve. So just take it day by day. If this confused you, watch the replay and then start doing stuff, because there's one thing to watch it, but then when you start actually putting sites in and looking at sites and actually doing things, then stuff starts to click a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Great. Guys, this is what I would like for you to do for me. And this is just a favor for me doing these. Guys, we've done 3 of these right now. If you feel that these 3 webinars with Joe, with Gregory, and I have absolutely just moved you to a different level of knowledge, of understanding how to get up websites, understanding how to grade them. Guys, if you could do me a favor and please just write something individually, just right here in the group. I want you to inspire the people that are not on this webinar. So what I'd like for you to do is just give us a little testimonial and say, hey, you know what? I've came so far in the last 3 weeks that my knowledge is better. Everything is better. Guys, if I can see that I've helped and Joe's helped and Gregory's helped at least 25 people, just write something that says that we've helped them. I will continue to do these for another month. That's all I want to see, because I want these to inspire people. Just, hey, look, I really didn't understand what was going. These assimilation lights have really helped me out. If you can write a little just testimonial right here, tag Joe or Gregory, or just let something know that we've done to help you. We will keep doing these for 4 more weeks to make sure that we get you on the foundation that we're at. This is an experimental webinar series that we've never done before. I just want to see how many people that we're affecting, how important this is to you, and that helps us get fired up and taking you a step deeper. So if you could do that for us, that would be tremendous. So Gregory and Joe, I'm going to leave you guys with last words before we kind of wrap this up, and then we'll see everyone next week.
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for being on. I mean, it's a lot of fun for all of us, and it's a lot of fun for me to be here. And, all of us remember what it was like when we first started, so it's great to see people's minds expand, and it's going to be great to see where everyone is 3 months from now. So I'm personally excited about everything. So
Sure.
That's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Joe?
no, I mean, this has been a great few webinars we've done. I think it's real important for new people, man, to come on these to get their questions answered, because sometimes on other webinars they may get buried a little bit for people asking more advanced stuff, but this has been really, really good. I mean, I was surprised people didn't know what domain authority was. So
right.
No,
good.
It's been a
huge stuff. Huge stuff what you guys have learned tonight. Guys, whatever you do, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, Wednesday's webinar is going to be a game changer. The simulation webinar, we're going to go over the 7 commandments to client getting. It will game change everything that you thought about how you can make money in OMG. Every time I've done this 7 commandments, 7 habits for everything, they're game changing webinars. I've spent a tremendous amount of time putting this together. It will literally alter how you look at client SEO, how you look at making money in OMG forever. And it might even open up your eyes to everything about client getting, how to do it, what you thought about it, everything. So make sure that you sign up for that webinar. That is it's going to be 5 o'clock on Wednesday. Joe's got his hot seat on Thursday. So guys, we will see you next week. I'm not sure what we'll go over, but I'll think about it over the weekend, bridge you guys into something and keep moving you along. Remember, it'd mean a lot if you could just write us a little note individually in here telling us, how important these assimilation lights are. And we'll give you another month of these things and keep going indefinitely as long as you guys are learning. So with that, guys, we'll see you next week and talk to you soon.